Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Pageant Mag Philippines live session. So, yours truly, once again, Francois Diaz, your pageant correspondent, and we are live simultaneously on our Facebook page and, of course, on our YouTube channel. So, if you are new to our YouTube channel, please do subscribe and click the bell notification and follow and like our Facebook page for more pageant updates. We are also on Instagram and TikTok. So please do follow us on all our social media platforms. Now, guys, if you have any question for our guest for tonight, please don't hesitate to drop your questions down below at the comment section. Once again, this episode is being brought to us by Celebrity, a celebration of tea of a lifetime. All right, I believe that you are all excited to meet our guest tonight. But before that, let me just introduce to you my co-host. Well, this is gonna be his first time in this show. He used to be very active on our well, he's very active actually on our sessions every night. And he keeps on asking basically on our comment section. And I just want you to know, guys, that this co-host of mine is actually a friend of course. And he is also a pageant mentor for Q&A in Cebu. All right, so please do welcome my co-host, Dandy Jan Estrera. Hello, Dandy.
Yeah, hello, Francois. Good evening. Good evening, guys.
Yes, good evening to you. So, of course, guys, just let me just remind you that he is not our guest. Well, my guest co-host. So, our esteemed guest for tonight is a Miss Philippines Earth 2021 candidate hailing from Mandaue City, Cebu. All right, 'di ba? Ang bigat nun na Cebu, 'di ba? She is a 22-year-old BPO account supervisor, wow, at a very young age, in a third year college tourism management tourism management. She is also a debater and public speaker. She loves joining public speaking events, actually, of course, and plans to pursue law school after her undergrad course, which is she dreams basically to become a lawyer someday. So, without further ado, guys, please do help us to welcome our guest with a virtual applause. Ayan. The pride of Mandaue City, Maria Esperanza Miña. Yes, hello, good
Hi.
evening.
Hello,
Yeah.
everyone. Oh my gosh. It's nice to be here. Thank you. Mwah.
Well, we are very much honored to have you here for gracing our page and our
Mhm.
channel. Like, isn't it, Lindo?
Yep, yep. It's very nice to have
Hmm.
Maria here.
Yes. How are you doing, Maria?
Well, I am so grateful to be here. I'm so happy and I am enjoying my coffee with you guys. This is what I'm doing.
Well, I am also enjoying my water. Ayan.
Oh, water. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
How about you, Lin? How about you, Dandy?
Yeah, I have also my water with me.
Oh, you're
Perfect,
also.
diba? All right. Before anything else, let me just greet our viewers. Hello, Ed Almares. Bakit ako lang ginigreet mo, Ed? What's in me? Of course, the greetings is for everyone, diba? Mhm.
There
And
must be.
Anthony Capuso, hi! Kala ko si Anthony Capamilya. Joke! Anyways, I believe that our introduction is just very short, or was just very short, Maria. So I know that there are still many things that we could know about you. So can you tell us more, some interesting facts about you that we did not actually mention during the introduction?
Yeah, okay. So, interesting facts. I
Mm-hmm.
think this is not that beneficial for you guys to know, but interesting facts is before I joined Miss Earth Philippines, I only
Mm-hmm.
have like 43 friends on Facebook.
Wow.
Yes, 43 friends. I don't have Instagram, no
Mm-hmm.
TikTok. Yeah, no
Mm-hmm.
of that. No page. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really interesting for me. But when I
Mm-hmm.
started joining, that's the time that I had my own page,
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, TikTok, which is really required.
Mm-hmm.
And aside from pageantry, I love joining public speaking competition, and I
Mm-hmm.
won. Yes, for some of the
Mm-hmm.
public speaking competition. I debate actually,
Ooh.
and yes, and I am a working student. I'm probably a working student. I'm the one who's supporting my school in all finance.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, and my advocacy is basically I wanted to educate people in a tourism industry, especially
Mm-hmm.
in maximizing the fullest potential of our tourism, starting from the local where I am living in Mandaue, and as well as
Mm-hmm.
in the Philippines, which is can
Mm-hmm.
be magnified or amplified for all the people who can hear my voice. Yes, that's it.
Ooh. Parang na-tense ako doon, Tandy, ha? Nung sinabi niya na ano na public speaker siya and debater, oh my God, parang ayoko na. Ganun. Ikaw na lang.
And we're just gonna have fun here, get to know more.
Yeah.
Parang ikaw na lang din do, di ba? Ay, dandy pala din do daw. Ikaw na lang, dandy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just like when I first met her, I really like it. It's like like the shock din ako. That's a very good speaker. We met on a fiesta. Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
Maria. I met in a fiesta. She was so eloquent and then like asking things all around. She's beautiful and nice.
Hello, Lynn Gantalao. Hi, good evening. And Miss Maria Cecilia Ortiz Cruz Francisco Charon. Charing. Hello, good evening po. Thank you for watching. Now, guys, once again, if you have any questions for Maria later, so please do. Don't hesitate to drop your questions down below, all right? So, yes, Maria, you mentioned that you are a debater. So, what's basically the need for you to join Miss Philippines Earth, where in fact you are not, well, you are not going to be a beauty queen as a debater.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the reason why I joined debate competitions, basically
Mm-hmm.
before I became a Bachelor of Science Tourism Management student, I used to
Mm-hmm.
be a political science. And for some reason, because of the circumstances, I just really need to transfer and get that course, which is I just followed the advice of my dad, which I did. And yes, I did debating because I really wanted to pursue law, and for me,
Mm-hmm.
joining pageantry, there is a really big help. Although we're not
Mm-hmm.
debating in pageantry, there's only one question is
Yeah.
going to be thrown out, and there's a 30 seconds needs to be
Mm-mm.
answered. But I believe that debate helps us to develop and exercise our brain to be more
Mm-hmm.
intellectual and more uh, conductive and constructive and organized when it comes to answering questions. That's
Mm-hmm.
the very big help and advantage. Thank you.
But there is also a disadvantage of being a debater when it comes to pageantry, right? Because you are only given 30 seconds to answer the question. However, you could compose a lengthy answers that could be more than 30 seconds, right?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. Yes, there is. But like what I've mentioned, in debate, it helps you to be more constructive in your reasoning.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not
Mm-hmm.
just you're answering the question, but you are making sure that all of the ingredients are in that 30 seconds answer. That's the
Mm-hmm.
advantage.
That's
Yes.
also what I've seen with I've also that's actually what I observe with Dandy, because you know what, Dandy is very very smart. So
Oh,
Yes.
when he answers, it's really lengthy. It
Wow.
takes a whole sheet of paper for just one question, right, Dandy?
I
yeah. When
believe.
we were in the master's program, I did not write a lot. You wrote a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, he loves writing a length. He really loves writing like a whole sheet of paper back and forth. Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Anyway,
dandy. Yeah. Anyways,
yeah, there are questions already from the
yeah.
comment section. So yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
we will definitely ask those questions later. So, since we really wanted to get to know more about our guest for tonight, so okay, let me just ask you. You mentioned that you are already a BPO account supervisor at only 22. How did you, can you tell us, how did you get through it?
Oh,
Becoming a BPO supervisor at a very young age. Mm-hmm.
okay. All right. So that's a very good question. So
Mm-hmm.
most of the people who actually heard that, it's
Mm-hmm.
somehow amazed,
It's
somehow like,
amazing. Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
at the age of 22. But I get through with that position. I actually started from that. That was 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I was promoted after 6 to 8 months, estimatedly 6 to 8 months. I became a account supervisor. It's because of the leadership and the dedication to work,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not just only working, the entry level. Like, this is your scope, this is your job, this is what you should do, this is what you should provide. But I tend to do more beyond what is necessary. I am giving what is important, and I'm helping
Mm-hmm.
my colleague in my surrounding who I think really needs help, that I can give something that I can provide
Mm-hmm.
as well. And that leadership, I believe the management appreciate and put me on
Mm-hmm.
that level.
Wow. So doing an extra mile not only for your responsibility but even more than even with your colleagues, right? Oh my God, parang
Yes.
hindi ko kaya yun kasi sa ako kapag pumapasok ako ganyan. Kung ano lang yung work ko, doon lang ako nagpo-focus. Ganun.
Oh.
Wala akong pakialam sa workmates ko.
It depends.
But you know what? Dandy here as well is a manager. So
Oh,
yeah,
yes, yes.
I believe he can relate with that. Can you tell us something about that, Dandy, as well?
Yeah, when you're a manager, you're looking on the potentials of those who are
Mm-mm,
under you. So it's like
mm-mm,
uh, maybe the manager of Maria have seen in that on her. So
mm-mm,
it's really like not a favored promotion, but rather a deserving aspect on it. She needs or she
Mm.
deserves
So
to be
what
promoted.
I may I just ask that what is the difference by um deserving promotion or favored promotion? Between deserving and favored rather.
Well, in every company, in every management style, there is always
Mm-hmm.
like a objective way of rating people. And then I
Mm-hmm.
believe that Maria was chosen by the manager due to that objective way of selecting employees. I believe, yeah,
Mm.
right, Maria?
Yes, that's true. Because, in company, it's not just always, of course, when we are about to enter or apply in a company, there is always the physiques. They will always check. But on the
Mm-hmm.
middle of your work, in objectified way, the management would have to check to verify who is the most deserving on this position.
Wow.
Yes, that's the
So I
deserving.
wasn't really deserving because I
You
was never
are, you are,
because I
Francois, you
was never
are.
I was never promoted.
Well, it depends on the
Oh,
judgment as well. Yeah.
Anyways, hello to our viewers all the way from Olongapo City. Hi,
Yes, Carl.
Charlo. Yeah, it's always been Asuki here. Hi, Kent. Also Asuki. I don't know where Kent. Yeah, where is Kent from? Mhm. So hopefully can't identify din kung taga saan ka, no? Alright, para ma-recognize. Okay, so as of the moment, you are still on your third year college,
Yes.
right? Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes.
How do you manage that? Work, school, and then pageantry. So
Yes.
you have so much on your plate right now, and how can you manage? How could you eat all of them?
Well, same as eating on your plate,
Mm-mm,
appetizer, your meal, and your
mm-hmm,
water, of course.
mm-hmm,
Definitely, it's a matter of time management.
mm-mm,
So first, I'm working at night. It's BPO as an account
mm-hmm,
supervisor. You have to work at night,
mm-hmm,
and I'm studying at morning. So basically, usually my work done at 6 o'clock in the morning, and then
mm-hmm.
my class starts at 7 o'clock or 8, and then I have 1 hour free time. So that's the time that I'm retouched and changing my role from an account supervisor into a tourism student, having my coffee, and I'm taking my online class in our office as well. My company is very generous for allowing me to do that. So yes, that's how I do it. And after my class, then I go sleep, and same routine basically. And then if there's a pageantry, then I would have to organize my time. Like now, I am on my leave. And yes, my company is very generous to allow me to leave for more than 2 months already. And yeah, so I just need to set aside the priority, the
Is this a paid
important.
leave?
No, it's not a paid leave. That's too much. That's already favored. That's the favored.
Oh my God! You know what? Whichever company you are connected, please do pay her.
If you guys watching.
If
Oh
you
my
guys
god.
are watching, please do pay her. Even just a payment, half payment, right? For yeah,
Partial.
parang it's just like a partial payment a month.
Mhm.
Ganon. Mhm. Hello, watching from Puerto Princesa City, Palawan, MMG
Oh,
Cooperative
heard it.
Hospital. Hi, thank you for watching, Miss Cheryl Palan. All right, ayon. Do you have any questions for her, Dandy? Well, it's more of professional profile question.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so aside from your work and pageantry, is there any other thing that makes yourself busy?
Makes me busy.
Yeah,
Other
what
things
makes
that
you
makes
busy
me busy.
aside from those stuffs?
Maybe it is my dog. I have 12 dogs at our
Oh
house.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, I have 12 dogs, and I could say that it is my boyfriend. Now, he is my boyfriend, makes him
Mm-hmm.
busy, sometimes needs to, update,
Mhm.
and really it's my dog. Really, it's my dog. And taking care of our house, the environment. I love planting at our backyard. That's the other thing that makes me busy.
Oh, I was actually thinking of a boyfriend.
I know you're gonna ask that. It's never be completed without asking that. Yes.
So you do have a boyfriend. Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes, I just have.
Mm-hmm. I
Wow.
just have
Yeah.
meaning very new. Mhm.
Recently.
Yes, somehow recently, yes.
All right, we won't be asking of how long anymore, but if you could share, that'll be fine.
How
Yes, I
recent
am
is the
very
recent?
proud of that person.
Mhm. You might want to do a shout out for him.
Of course, I would like to shout out to Attorney Di Maiacan from the Register of Deeds in Nueva Ecija. That's where he's located. And I
Oh.
love you so much. Whatever you're doing right now, you always take care, and please don't get jealous of so many things. Make your
Oh my
country
god.
proud. You guys are laughing. I don't know
Iba
why.
rin. Iba rin. Sana
Yeah.
all, 'di ba? Sana all.
Ang
Yun na
init
lang
dito,
masasabi ko,
guys.
sana all. bigla kang ano na bigla kang nag-init.
Bigla ka nag-init eh. Parang iba yung question eh. Naiinit ako sa question. Oh my God.
Ayun. Sorry ha, medyo papunas-punas ako kasi mainit din.
Oo, guys. So, ito talaga guys sa
Anyways, mhm,
Pilipinas.
yeah. Anyways, really wanted to get to know more about you. So we'll be playing the Have You Ever Had, right?
Sure.
hmm I know that my friend here, my co-host, also prepared. Have you ever had questions? All right, so let's start. Okay. Have you ever had worn an oversized or undersized pair of shoes?
Yes.
Hmm. How did it happen?
Yes, so I need to justify. Yes, I had
Mm-hmm.
worn. It was from one of my pageantry, and it's a sponsored shoes. They asked for our
Mm-hmm.
size, and we said it's 10, but we don't know it's actually European size, so it should be 8.5. So, yes, it was from one of the binibining town. I would never mention what's that. Yes,
So was it bigger or something smaller?
bigger, bigger. It's bigger,
Ah, so
way
parang
bigger.
boat.
Yes, all of us actually, not just me, but all of the candidates who were not able to wear the shoe.
Uh-uh. All right. Hello, Ralph Mandilor. Thank you so much for watching all the way from Cagayan de Oro. And Rodel Pardorla. Hello, watching from Occidental. Please do invite us in Occidental. All right. And in Negros, rather. How about you, Dandy? Do you have you ever with for
Yeah,
her?
yeah, I have.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so Maria, have you ever had submitted a paper which you copy paste from Google or from
Oh
Wikipedia?
my gosh! Why would you ask such a question?
I had.
I did a
I
lot.
believe. Oh my
I
gosh!
had.
Oh my gosh! I believe no matter what your profession is, no matter how nationalistic you are, once in your life you will definitely do such a thing because it's cramming. It's a paper. Yes, I did in my senior high. Right? Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, sir. Uh,
But I believe you edit it. I believe you edit it and
of
put
course, yeah, I
of
rephrased.
course
Yeah, I
proper
changed the
citations.
words.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
proper
I
Do
citations,
you,
did,
of
I did,
course.
I did, I did.
I am
Oh
reminded of
my
one of our course, Dandy.
Yeah, don't mention it.
Oh my gosh, you guys
Because we're
did. Oh my,
classmates. We're classmates.
I
Four
see.
years. We're classmates for 4 years.
They
And we
Wow.
returned
see
our
each
papers
other.
with all.
So that's why my question is like that.
That's why. That's very a unique question to be asked in a pageant event like
Yeah.
this.
That's that's dandy, yeah,
Yeah.
diba? All right. Next,
Yes.
Okay.
have you ever had snack out from home?
I'm sorry, come again?
Have you ever had snack out from home?
Ah,
Sneak
yes, I
out.
did. Yeah. I did. Especially when I'm really tired. Yes, I did.
Oh, next, dandy.
Parang ayoko na magtanong. Baka iba ang
Go
matanong ko.
ahead. I would like,
Ah.
yes, I would like to have answered that kind of questions. Go ahead. Maiba naman.
Sige. Have you ever had uh, worn like a boy's attire or boy shorts?
Yes. Yes.
And then why? When did it happen?
Well, the follow-up question is really intriguing. Okay, so it happened because I need to wear a jersey for one of my required event, and I just
Mhm.
asked for my brother's shirt, so that's the reason why. I
Ah.
know you're waiting for something, but it's different, guys. I knew
Ooh.
it. Yeah.
How about have you ever had wished to be a boy?
Yes, I ever had a wish to become a boy. Yes, I did when I was a little because I feel like boys are physically stronger compared to women,
Mhm.
and I am inspiring martial artist when I was younger.
Mhm.
So
Mm.
yeah.
I thought whenever you have period.
Oh, it's okay. Not that hard.
What about you, Dandy?
Yeah, now it's more about a personal life. Like, have you
Mhm.
ever had prepare a meal for the whole family?
Yes, all the time. I actually know how to cook. That is
Oh.
something that I'm really proud of. I'm cooking
Mhm.
and I'm
Oh.
also making desserts. I bake as well. So,
Mhm.
yes, for the whole family and for my friends and for my office
Mhm.
mate as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Definitely,
Yeah.
I will visit your house soon in Mandaue. We're just
Sure.
near.
Sure.
Where are you in Mandaue?
I live in Pagsabungan.
How far is that to the place I stayed before, Dandy?
I think you are staying near near the bridge. Oh no, you are staying. It's very near to Pagsabongan. It's like 5 minutes drive.
Yeah,
Because
I
yeah,
it's really
because
near.
see.
he's staying in there's one parish nearby near to Pagsabongan.
Is it
On the other
the.
side,
Oh, okay.
the Holy
Oh, I.
Family Parish.
Oh,
The
yeah,
Holy
yeah, yeah. There
Family. Yeah,
is.
it's
Yeah,
very
I know
near to
it.
your house. Yeah, very near on the other
Mhm.
side.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 minutes drive.
Yes.
5 minutes drive. Yeah.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I hope we can definitely visit you. Right.
Yes, sure.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever had a crush on your instructor or professor or teacher back in high school?
Back in high school, yes, when
Mm-hmm.
I was grade 7, my social science teacher, because he's really smart. I like intelligent
Shout
guy.
out! Yeah, shout out.
I like intelligent guy.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Wow, iba rin. Oh, next, Dandy. Mm-hmm.
Mm, cooking and now, ano pa ba? Parang wala na akong maitanong to know more about herself. Sige, ikaw muna, kapatid.
All right, sure. Have you ever had worn your sister's dress?
Yes, especially when we were, that was 3 years ago. We're actually always fighting about that. I'm wearing her
Mm-hmm.
dress without her permission, and she as
Mm-hmm.
well. So yes, yeah. But now, no,
Mm-hmm.
not, not.
Next, friend, magpatid.
Yeah, sige. Have you ever slept on your mother's room or aside from your room, like you know?
Yes. Others room, yes, I did.
Yeah.
I love,
Mm-hmm.
sleeping in other room, it's somehow enjoyable because it's a different environment. You can sleep in somewhere that you can enjoy a different things, different people
Mhm.
could be
I,
beside.
I.
Nag-init, nag-init
Ano
talaga.
lang, guys? I'm just trying to woke you up, You seems to be so sleepy, so I'm trying to wake up the
No, no, no,
adrenaline in you
no.
guys. No, in my
Parang
mom, in my
natatakot,
mom.
I'm afraid. Ano bang sasabihin niya? Baka ano. But still, you are so gorgeous
No, it's
now.
it's just my mom.
Sabi ni Stephanie Santi, you're so gorgeous. Yeah.
Oh, thank you
Yes.
so
Mhm.
much.
How about have you ever had copied answers from your seatmate?
Copied. Yes, when I was in elementary, it's math. Most of the time, math. I don't like math for some reasons. Maybe it's when you are good in English in public speaking, you're not really good in math somehow. Yeah, but only in elementary. But senior high, high
Mhm.
school, and college, nah, never. It's prohibited.
Mm. Well, you have here Dandy, who's really very good in mathematics,
Wow.
and
Oh, no.
that's his master's, right? One of it,
Ooh, oh my
right?
gosh, that's really impressive.
Parang ako ang ini-interview
Yes.
ata dito, ah.
Oh,
Oh
hindi naman.
yeah, you're
Hindi
actually
naman.
part of.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I'm doing in
Wow,
math,
wow,
but it's
wow.
okay.
Yeah.
Good, good,
Yeah.
nice,
Mm-hmm.
awesome.
Just practice. The best way to learn math is to practice.
Uh,
Oh,
Yeah. And love
uh,
I don't think.
itself, no?
I don't like
Don't
Yeah,
make it
numbers.
don't think like you don't like it. Don't think it is difficult. Just think it like I
Mm.
need to practice this. And
I'm
I
actually
keep
trying to
doing
love the math, not just only liking it, but loving it just for me to learn. But I still, it's the same actually.
it.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
really the
Yeah.
talent.
But if you are not doing it, then that's more difficult. You have to
Yeah,
do
that's
it.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I can't say anything about that. I'll just shut up.
not your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever had sold any of your pre-loved items?
I never had. I rather giving it to somebody who can wear
Mm-hmm.
it, but not selling it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love hand-me-downs. Joke. How about you? Yeah.
Oh, I know you don't like handed down.
Oh, I love hand-me-downs. You
Yeah.
remember this shirt? You remember this shirt you gave this?
Not
When?
the
Mm,
shirt.
this
It's a
shirt,
different.
sinulog.
It's
Mm-hmm.
a
Ah,
Nulog
yeah,
shirt.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm still wearing it up until now. See,
Yeah, when was that? Quite a while.
we were in, well, I
So
think second year,
year
I
only
guess.
year. So that's
Mhm.
2011. That's quite 10
Wow, it's
years?
been a years. Yes, 10
Yeah,
years,
10
one decade
years, a
already.
decade
Wow.
ago. Thank
See,
you.
Mhm.
Thank you,
mm.
Francois, for having still that shirt.
Of
Wow.
course, there's a sentimental value of it, so
Oh,
on it
sweet.
rather. So that is why. Anyways, let's move. Diba? Do you have any? Have you ever had a question?
Yeah, so yeah, so this one.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever this is more about your college years, no? So have
Mm-hmm.
you ever had skipped classes on like because you don't like the professor?
Cutting
It's not,
classes.
yeah, cutting classes in college because the idea is you don't like the professor. Not
Mm-hmm.
really that cutting classes because you want to go out or you want to watch movies, but like you don't like him, you don't like her. So it's better to skip class.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to remember if I skip a class because I don't like the professor. I believe I never had. The only reason I skip class it's because I fall asleep because I just came from work. It's just
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
really tired,
yeah, yeah.
but not
Because you're
because
a
not
working
like
student.
the professor.
Hmm.
Yeah, not
Mm-hmm.
liking the professor. Nah, because I'm the one who's
Yeah.
paying my tuition fee, so definitely no. I'm doing favor to myself.
Sayang, di ba?
I
Yeah,
am
yeah.
I'm
That's
doing
right.
favor to myself.
Right. That's right.
So I have to
Yes,
get it.
Uh,
that's right.
Shout
Yes,
out
have you?
now.
Mhm.
Yeah, shout out now from Dominic Abar from Quirino. So we have now from Quirino, and we have from
Hi,
Negros
hi.
Occidental and Cagayan de Oro, Ralph
Wow.
Mandailar.
Hello
Diba?
to all of you guys.
Yeah.
Dominic
Can you
Yes.
greet?
Abar.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you so much, Dominic Obar, for watching. Now, have you ever had fallen in love with your best friend?
I never had. I never fall in love with my best friend. Actually, I just wanted to share this, just
Mhm.
a little bit of share. That is one of the arguments of my boyfriend just earlier. Because of the boyfriend thing. Yeah, the best friend. I actually had a best friend. It's a male,
Mhm.
and he's kind of jealous of it, but we're just really best friend. Like there is no such romanticism that's just really grinding on our bodies since we were a child. So yeah, never had. Nah.
Mhm. Ayun. What about you, kapatid? Have you ever had fallen in love with your best friend?
Wow.
Oh, I'll keep it
Depends on the best friend.
secret. Yeah. I think it was my best friend who falls in love.
Wow.
So you
Iba
make these things
rin.
lighter, Libaw.
Iba rin, sana all.
Yeah.
Anyway, have you ever had eaten a chicken intestine or any of the Pinoy street foods?
Oh yes, definitely. I actually love the, I don't know what do you call that, but in Tagalog it calls isaw. That's one of my
Yes,
favorites
chicken
actually. Yes.
isaw, yeah.
Chicken
I
isaw.
love
Mm-hmm.
it. I love it
Mm-hmm.
so much. Yes.
Ayun, di ba? Ako rin. At saka love na love ko ang dugo.
Oh, I love
The
the go
Betamax.
also. The
The
Betamax.
Betamax,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
I love it. Oh my gosh.
Next, have
The
you ever
ulo,
had, yeah,
the chicken ulo, the chicken.
chicken
Oh my
head, di
gosh.
ba?
Yeah,
Oo.
ulo. The chicken, it's so good, so juicy.
Mm-mm. Yes, kapatid, have you ever for him for her?
Nope, nope.
All right, let's move on. So, have you ever had too much fun at a party? Just the last
Hmm,
one.
I never had too much fun. I never attended any party. I'm a very, I just like silent places like coffee shop, not really
Mm-mm.
into lots of people, random drinking because I don't drink first of all.
Oh,
Yeah.
see. Hmm. All right. So, what do you think about that, guys? So, she's very relatable indeed, right?
Yeah, she
All
was.
right. So,
She is. Yeah.
mm. So when we return, guys, we'll definitely talk more about environmental issues or social issues. So please stay tuned. So, well, we'll definitely get back in a few seconds after this short break. All right. Yes, we are back. Hmm. Oh, before we start, shout out now kay Christian Joe Tabag. Did I
Who's
pronounce it
that?
correctly? I don't
Christian
know.
Joe Tabag.
Yeah. Hello. Hello to you. Good evening, Christian Joe Tabag. All right. So we have a very first question here coming from Joey Kismundo Katakte, all the way from, I don't know. He's just a Suki right here. Anyways, the question is, if you have a chance to legalize something that is illegal, what would it be?
Yes. Excuse me. Thank you so much for such a wonderful question. So the I would like to legalize the marijuana, or we call it medical cannabis, in
Mm-hmm.
our in the in our law, because
Mm-hmm.
medical cannabis or marijuana, that is a cure and can be dispensed by our medical practitioners in a practical way for all
Mm-hmm.
those who need it, will definitely help our sick people, sick Filipino that doesn't have enough funds or money to
Mm-hmm.
buy a medicine that can cure their illness, and to somehow cope up with the pain they are experiencing with the disease. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Pain reliever din pala siya, no?
Yes, it is.
I really don't know much about marijuana because really have no interest about it. So
I
I just
see.
learned that it's really good for pain pala. Anyways, thank you so much, Jokis Mundo, for that question. And someone's asking for shout out. Shout out po kay Mama Eleanor Kiban. Hi. Hi, Mama Eleanor. All right. Thank you so much, Therese and Kiban. And another question coming from Rodel Pardorla. What are the lessons one can learn from nature? State them according to your understanding. Ang taray ng tanong.
Yes.
Yeah,
But it's
hirap.
very nice, according to our understanding. So
Mhm,
the lessons I learned from the nature is
mhm,
uh it's appreciation.
mhm,
Appreciation. So I learned it because it's very important for you to appreciate nature. Nature is just a nature itself. It doesn't move, but it can
mhm,
give so much to our sides. It can give relaxation, it can relieve our pain, it can release our stress. And
mhm,
that can only happen when we are on the state of appreciating things. So it's not just only the nature that can be appreciated, it's also the people that we can observe. Only if we were able to take time to breathe, relax, and to mesmerize the memories of the people around. So appreciation.
That's nice. Yeah, because well, admit it, 'di ba? Admit it that we people cannot really appreciate that much.
Exactly.
'Di ba? We are really very hard, we are really very difficult to please, 'di ba?
That's correct.
Compared us to the nature that they're just there, 'di ba?
Doesn't
Parang
move.
very relaxed lang, doesn't move, doesn't
Yeah.
really um it's not really terrorizing us, but we are actually
No
in return
pressure.
terrorizing them. Yeah.
Correct.
Di ba? All right, do we still have more questions here? What about you, kapatid? Do you have a question for
Oh, there's one question
Esperance
over
or Marie?
here. We might miss that question. From
I already
who's
asked
that?
from Joey Kismundo.
Yeah, from Ralph Mandilor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is climate change caused by humans?
Oh, let me just check that.
All right, so that's the question. Is climate change is
Yes,
caused by humans?
caused by
So
humans.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
uh-huh. So climate change is a natural phenomena, natural effect in our environment. So basically, to answer the question, yes, because that natural phenomena is triggered by the daily actions of every individual, we humans. Yes,
Mm-mm.
it is because of us.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. Yeah.
Taray.
Tara, di ba? Yeah, basically because we are actually the ones who is abusing the nature,
Yeah.
That's
di
right.
ba? The nature is not basically moving just like what she mentioned a while ago. It's
That's
us,
correct.
it's human beings, it's human
Yeah.
beings that basically abusing.
And it's
So,
also the human beings who will really need to work on for the
yeah,
preservation of the
to
That's
somehow
correct.
to
To protect, yeah,
restore, yeah, to
yeah.
restore
exactly.
somehow. So it's still the human beings
At
definitely.
the end of the day, yeah.
Mhm. All right. So we still have. Do we still have questions? Uh huh. She's beautiful inside and out. Yes, she is. Diba? All right. So let's take some time. Let's take a look in here for some questions. What is your opinion about establishing some coal plants in, let's say, in the coastal areas, because for some reasons they are trying to establish or to put up a coal plant somewhere in Quezon province, which is a coastal area. So what's your take on that?
All right, so establishing coal plants in
Mm-hmm.
Quezon or coastal areas, it's not just only the plant itself that we should look onto, or the nature of the environment, which is a coastal
Mm-hmm.
area, but it is also we should take a look at the effect of it,
Mm-hmm.
not just only the oxygen or the more refreshing or preservation of the good oxygen that can be inhaled by the people around, but also it
Mm-hmm.
can inspire the younger generation to plant or do
Mm-hmm.
positive things for the nature.
Okay, thank you. And there's a question coming from Rodel. Who do you think is more responsible of pollution? Individual people or the government?
To answer the question, definitely it's the individual people. The government is just the agency that making sure that everything is being served completely in every sector in the
Mm-hmm.
Philippines. The people, the individual is the one who acts upon. So it is the
Mm-hmm.
people, every individual, the community who is responsible for it.
That's right, di ba?
Ah,
Oo, totoo naman talaga siya.
mm. It's really the people who really act on it.
Correct.
Parang, parang ganun na lang tayo, no? Oo, tama naman.
Oo. Tama naman ang sinabi niya, 'di ba? Yeah. Well, it's the government. Well, kung tama naman yung sinabi niya, it's the government who to lay
Mm-hmm.
down what are the things
The
it needs to
protocols,
do.
the
Yeah.
rules, the
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
regulations. Yes,
everything. But it's really like the
exactly.
people or the citizens of the country that will
Needs to
execute it
Mm-hmm.
among
abide.
themselves. Yeah.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
materialization. Yes, needs to be
Mm.
followed.
Totoo nga naman. Yun na lang masasabi natin.
Yeah, if you have a if you have an interviewee like this, no,
Mm.
so
Ah,
wala na akong
ganun na
gagawin pa.
lang.
Magsasabi na lang ako ng tama naman
Oo,
siya.
ano.
Parang mauubusan ka ng ano pa bang sasabihin ko?
Di ba? Wala
Mm,
na.
wala
Tapos
na.
na.
Tapos
Ganon.
na. Koronahan
Okay.
na.
Oo. All right. Maria, what about your opinion on global warming? So, for some people, for some individual, they thought that global warming is just a myth. So, for you, what is it?
Okay, so to answer that question,
Mm-hmm.
global warming is a myth for them because they don't somehow see any proof. But it is
Mm-hmm.
like a wind. You don't see it, but you can feel it. You can
Oh.
experience it. That's global warming. I remember my Lola, she tells me a story before. At the time of 9 o'clock in the morning, 12 at the afternoon, they still can play around on the outside. But now, at 8 o'clock in the morning, you can actually stay in the outside, enjoying the vitamin D provided by the sunlight because it's really hot and it can create it's cancerous in our skin. That is the
Mm-hmm.
latest research provided by a Canadian institute that was
Mm-hmm.
2020. Yes. Uh, at the time of 8 o'clock, we can no longer have the sunlight because that is cancerous already. So,
Mm-hmm.
yes, that's one of the proof that this is not a myth. That is true, and that is something that we should be responsible and work on it, starting from the younger generations to the adults, so that they can apply it as they grow up.
Yeah, I think I've also experienced that actually back in the days. Back in the days talaga, di ba? Parang kaya ang tanda-tanda na. But yeah, because when I was actually I was raised in the province, and so I also experienced going to farm, and
Mm-hmm.
we can actually stay up to the farm up until 9, 10
Ooh,
a.m. So
play.
yeah, and this time we cannot really have you can't do that anymore because it's really carcinogenic. You can feel it in your skin. You can really feel it through
Exactly.
your skin that it's getting painful at 8 p.m. I know at
It's
8 p.m. The
8 a.m.
8 a.m. Yet at
Yeah.
8 a.m. it's getting painful already. Yeah. So I'm
That's
very
correct.
very All right. Unfortunately for Dandy, he never experienced going to the farm because always stays at home.
Oh no, I am from Camotes Island, so I have a lot of farm and a lot of.
Mm,
I experience a lot in the farm and
Outdoors,
in the
yeah.
mm,
beaches.
mm.
You visited me, Francois, in 2014.
Yeah, I did,
Wow.
and I've seen their place, and yeah, I can say I can really tell that he's not really going out that much because he already has everything inside the house.
Ah,
Wow.
He already has everything at home, so there's no need for him to
Everything.
go out. Yes, grocery wise, you can just go somewhere else and you can find it. Mm.
no.
All
Yeah.
right, so
Okay.
when we return, guys, we'll be talking more about her advocacy because I can see that her advocacy is really very interesting. So please stay tuned, guys. We'll talk about her advocacy when we return. All right, we are back, Miss Mandawi, with Miss Mandawi City, Maria Esperanza Miña. Okay, so I think you've already given us a glimpse of your advocacy. So can you tell us more about it?
Okay, so I mentioned earlier that I am a Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management, and because of that course, I realized so much about tourism industry. When we talk about tourism before, when I was younger, when I was a little, it's just a natural tourist spot for the tourists, nature, only that. So me. But because of my course, I realized so much about tourism industry. It is
Mhm,
actually an industry that the Philippines, has something that has all the factor that could be very very beneficial economically in every individual community and for the whole Philippines economic level
Mhm.
could be developed if we were able to maximize the fullest potential of tourism industry. Because when we talk about tourism industry, it's not just the nature, which is Philippine has, the islands,
mhm,
but
Mhm.
also the
Mhm.
people, the hospitality. Worldwide, we are well known that Filipinos are very hospitable people. The language, we know how to speak English well. That's why the foreigners are also attracted because they can communicate. That they're not going to be having a hard time communicate or speaking with people. And the food, the culture, and the history. So we have all those factors that a tourism industry takes to be successful. Only if the government, from the national to local government, would be able to support, as well as the individual, which will be starting through social media, if we were able to potentially maximizing it through endorsing, sharing, those simple things that we could do. And that is my advocacy. I wanted people to understand that maximizing the fullest potential of our tourism industry could create and develop the lives of every individual, from the smallest province who go to other country to work, that there is actually a gold here in the Philippines if we could
mhm.
able to find it ourselves and develop it to becoming more and disperse. Thank you.
Oh,
Ooh,
well
ooh.
said.
Diba? Ano pa ba? That's really very impressive, no? That even you could you were able to see all those factors at least,
Mhm.
diba? On how to promote tourism despite
Yes.
of yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
What's
yes,
very unique with yeah, what's very unique with her answer is that she's telling us it's not only the natural um things that we have that people can see, because let's say for example we have the good beaches. Well, Vietnam has good beaches also.
Exactly.
Other
Mhm.
countries has good of that
Thailand.
natural things.
Yes.
Thailand has the
Exactly.
Mhm.
best beaches,
Yes.
but she did mention that in tourism industry we have the people, we have the best people who can understand tourists, we have the people who can understand English. It's easy to communicate, and we are very hospitable. And I do believe she did it right.
Mhm.
That's correct.
So you have this very common question that I mean the usual question that you ask my friend whenever a candidate would talk about their advocacy on tourism. Could
Yeah.
you ask it to her?
Oh yeah. So you're from Mandaue, yeah, and you're from the province of Cebu.
Mm-hmm.
Two of us are from the province of Cebu. I work a
Mm-hmm.
lot with the tourism side also because I am. Yeah. So my question is that how are you going to brand? What's the branding that you really wanted to introduce when you are telling people come to Cebu, come to Mandaue? What's the
Mm-hmm.
branding when you think about it in the perspective of tourism?
So, in the perspective of tourism, definitely as an individual, as a candidate of Miss
Mm-hmm.
Earth Philippines, I am an ambassadress, and I would be starting with my municipality, Mandaue. And the branding that would be transform. Transform. Why transform? Because in Mandaue, we don't have natural tourist spot. And I believe I always mention this in my live guest, in get live guesting, and also in Miss Earth. It's not just only the natural tourist spot, might not
Mm-hmm.
be that Mandaue doesn't have, but we have so much dump site that has been transformed into an eco park, and that is very
Oh.
impossible nowadays to to transform, starting from the papers communication with the LGUs, the private companies, the people who actually lives and have their lives on those dump sites. But now it
Mm-hmm.
was able to turn and transform into an eco park, and that is something that we can be inspired, that there is always a hope when there is a courage to start with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Nice,
yeah.
huh?
Yeah,
Nice, huh?
looking at what you have, because yeah, she did
Mm-hmm.
mention that Mandawi doesn't have natural like
Tourist spot.
tourist
Tourist
spots. They don't
spots,
have
yeah.
beaches, of
Yes.
course, because it's an
Mm-hmm.
industrial
Yes.
city. But they created um like a park, no, like a
Yes,
something
Mm-hmm.
like a
exactly.
theme park, and that's a brand that Mandawi have, because everything Mandawi before is like industrial city, but now it's like
Exactly.
the park. I think you can add
Mm-hmm.
also an Mandawi because there are a lot of like what's that hotels, there are, and Mandawi now is working
A
on
lot.
like medical tourism. Yeah, if you
Medical
have heard
tourism,
that.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
Mandawi
that's
is
true.
initiating on that
Mm.
medical tourism.
Actually,
If you can
it's not
add
just
to that.
only that's correct. And not
Really?
just only the Mandawi.
It's
Actually,
the whole province, actually. It's the whole
oh
province of
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Cebu,
the whole
yeah.
province, and that is something that I see in our one of the potential tourism to attract more tourists internationally, because
Mm-hmm.
aesthetic, it's very popular when it comes to medical tourism, because there are two types of medical tourism: aesthetic and the medicine. We're in
Mhm.
Yes,
for
that's right.
cure for disease, yes. And here in the Philippines, this is really popular from the other tourists international, because it's
Mhm.
really
Mm-hmm.
cheap here. And then at the same
Oh.
time, the nurses, the doctors who will actually assist them are well known, that is very hospitable all around the globe.
Mm-hmm.
So that really attracts the tourists. So that is something that I really also want to highlight when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
the potential of the Philippines when it comes to tourism industry.
Oh, that's nice, huh? Ano pa bang hahanapin natin, di ba? All right, so
Yeah.
do you still have a question, kapatid?
Oh, no more questions from the chat box.
No
Where are
more.
our commentators? Any
I
guys?
believe they don't have any questions anymore because talking talking to this kind of talking to this kind of lady. What else do you have to ask, diba? Mm.
Yeah. So okay,
Parang
I'll be
sis mo lang.
asking this. Parang yeah, tatanong ko like
Mm.
in your opinion, if the influx of tourists, there will be a lot of influx of tourists, and not this
Mhm.
time because it's pandemic, but um, what would be the major take of a too much number of tourists in one place?
Mm-hmm.
the major take of too much number in a place, I believe that is the necessity, especially the hotels, medical tourism number one, because regardless of the situation, the pandemic, people needs a medical attention, medicine, and
Mm-hmm.
that is something that really takes place regardless of the pandemic. An advantage of the Philippines as well, because like what I mentioned, we really offer a cheap service, medicines here in the Philippines. So regardless of the pandemic, that is something that really takes place regardless of our situation.
Mm-hmm. But what would be the take of the government? Let's say, for example,
Mm-hmm.
if there are like 1,000 tourists a day for a
Mm-hmm.
certain small island,
Okay.
so what would
That
be your like? How can you tell, or what would be in your imagination? What would be the government's intervention on that? Regulation or whatsoever, or just leave it behind? Oh, she might be cut off.
Nag-log siya.
Yeah, naglag.
Hi! There you go. Ay, hello! Nag-log siya. So let's just wait for her. Huh. What happened? What happened to her? Let me just try to check on her.
Yeah.
Oh, nawala siya. So let's just wait for her in just a minute, guys. Mm-hmm. See, while waiting for her, let's go on a break. So we'll definitely return, guys, after once rather once our guest gets back. Okay, thank you.
Oh, she's
Yes,
back.
we are back. There you
Yeah, she's
go.
back
Mm-hmm.
now. Yeah.
Yeah. So there, where
hello.
we?
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, guys. I just lost my connection. All right,
Oh,
so
internet connection, yun, right? Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
What I'm
fine.
asking is like, I ask her like, what would be her take or like government take if there are a
Mm-hmm.
lot of influx, no, of tourists to a certain area. Like, say for example, in Cebu, there are a lot of small islands like
Mm-hmm.
Canintarcan,
Yes, yes,
Malapascua, and
yes.
they're very
Yes.
what's that? Very famous on the diving. Even Camotes is famous also with that. So, what would be the take of government or you yourself, no, as a Miss
Yes.
Earth candidate, on too much influx of tourists on a certain place?
All right. So, as a candidate, having too much tourists in a certain place, I would definitely use my voice. I'm not saying this as an advocate for for the
Yes,
pageantry,
yeah,
but definitely
yeah.
as an individual, regardless of what you're doing, your position in the society, even though you're not a Miss Earth candidate, it is your right also to tell, to suggest to your local government and to the government as well. The LGU should imply a certain measure to control the number of tourists in that certain place. Why? Because we are not just only prioritizing the earning, the income that we could get from the tourists, but we also have
Mhm.
to make sure, which is our responsibility, that we are preserving for the long-term goal for the future generation that specific area. So that's what I'm going to do, and what should every LGU should do in their places, not just only thinking about the money from the tourists they could get, but putting certain measures, project for the tourism team or tourism department to make sure that those are being materialized in that certain area or place. Thank you.
Yeah. So something like that. It needs to be regulated, though.
Correct.
Yeah. So Francois, do you have any other
Yes.
stuff? So let's move on.
So let's definitely play, or actually, we have an exercise just like what I have mentioned earlier. So we'll
Okay.
definitely take that up. Okay. I hope this will be very.
Interesting.
I hope
Yeah.
to. I'm nervous. Oh my
No, you
gosh, I'm
don't
You
have to
should.
be
sad.
Have you ever,
nervous.
yeah, have you ever tried watching one of the episodes of Francois interviewing candidates?
I haven't yet. I just heard about. I told him earlier, but I haven't. Still very busy.
Ah, yeah. So yeah, that's it. That's okay. So that you are not yet prepared for this game.
Oh, okay. I
So
think
that
that's
you
the
won't
word.
have any idea, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Okay.
good.
So let me just pull that up in here. So, hmm, medyo ano lang ha, medyo matagal lang siya ma-pull up pala. Asan na yun? Nawala. All right. So it's good then that you have no idea about this because definitely.
I don't think
Bakit?
it's good or not. I'm nervous. I don't know. I just feel it.
No, this is very easy for you. I'm sure. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, just relax.
Yeah. Relax. It's just so
Just
in it here,
relax.
guys. Guys, it's really in it. Sobra.
Mhm.
Ay.
Okay, where are we now? Uh, is it already open?
Not
It's not
yet.
opening. Oh, there you go. So I think it's ready on my end. Okay, there you go. So let me just share it to you guys. So here we go. Mm-hmm.
That's that.
Okay, so can you see that on your end?
I'm about to see it. Still loading on my end. I think yeah, it's crowns.
That's right. So we have five crowns right here. Okay, so in that already includes Miss Philippines Earth Crown and Miss Philippines Earth Ecotourism. All right. Thank you, Mom Mylene, for the crowns. All right. So each of these crown, yeah, each of these crown has its own corresponding has a corresponding video rather, okay, where you can make a reaction, comment, or give an opinion. Okay.
Okay.
Are you ready?
You ready?
All right. So all you have to do is please pick three out of these crowns. Okay, one after the other. So what's your first pick?
Red.
Red. It's Miss Philippines Earth Fire, right?
Okay.
All right. So here we go. Are you ready for 1,000 pesos? Joke.
Ready
All
for a
right. So
thousand
here we go.
peso.
So there you go. Any comment, opinion, or reaction on this?
All right, so we mentioned earlier the thing that we can learn from nature, which is
Mm-hmm,
appreciation. Pandemic
mm-hmm,
is really a phenomena for all of us from all over the world, not just only in the
mm-hmm,
economic sector, but all of the sectors, industries.
mm-hmm,
But somehow we could see how it actually helped the nature to be preserved and restored, and something that we can appreciate. And at the
mm-hmm,
same time, in our family, although it doesn't show in the picture, but also in our family, we were able to communicate with our family, with our loved ones in
mm-hmm,
person because of the lockdowns. And on
mm-hmm,
that video, it shows how we can actually saw the shared madre now, and the
mm-hmm,
pollution actually decreased because of this pandemic, which
mm-hmm,
served as a restorer. It really restored. So it's
mm-hmm.
like a gift in disguise.
All right. So thank you so much for that, Diva. How was that? Hello? Hello?
Hello? I think
Can you
I
hear
think
me?
I think
Yeah,
you
she
can.
did
Hello?
answer it.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Uh-huh.
All right. So what's your next pick?
Gold.
So air. All right. There you go.
All right, so mining. So that is actually, I just remember one of the advocacy of one of the candidates in Miss Earth Philippines, one of my
Mm-hmm,
co-delegates. Her advocacy is to put or apply certain measures in their municipality, in their local for the minings, because in their municipality, really mining is really rampant. So she
mm-hmm,
wanted to use her voice to communicate with the local government to put certain measure to control the mining, so that there will be no more trees like that is being strangled on the mountains. They can no longer breathe the fresh air as before because of the too much mining, without putting certain measures, because there's no control and policy from the government.
All right. So thank you so much once again. How do you find it? How do you find it? What about your hello? Can you
Yes,
hear me?
kapatid. Yeah, Francois. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can hear you. I think we can
Mm-hmm.
hear you.
Because you're not actually you're not actually responding, so that is why. So what's your last pick?
My last pick is green.
Ecotourism. All right, there you go.
What's that? It's a swimming pool.
There you go.
Okay, so all right, so I admit that on the first video, it's funny for me because it looks like just a random video taken from a phone in
Mm-hmm.
a family outing, and it's blurry on my end. I don't know if it's because of the connection, but there is no social distance in there on the swimming pool. Of course, you cannot swim without wearing a mask, of course. But I was able to understand the video because of the screening in the airport. There is a domestic screening. And that is, I believe, that is the protocols that is being implied and ordered by the local government. And I believe it's not just only the local agencies from the government, the department that should imply those rules,
Mm-hmm.
but also every individual in all aspects, in every occasion. So we
Mm-hmm.
have to watch those protocols and regulations, even if we are in parties. You have to make sure the health protocols being watched.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, how did you find it? How did you find those
Videos.
exercise?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. How
Ah,
did you
okay.
find the exercise? Yeah.
Ah,
I've
yeah,
been
yeah, yeah.
asking you how did you find the exercise? Yeah.
Oh yeah, the exercise. The exercise is really it's an eye opener at the same time, a
Mm-hmm.
reminder, not just only
Mm-hmm.
an eye opener, a reminder because there are certain things that somehow sometimes we forgot because we have priorities, personal priorities in life. I have my personal advocacy, but it reminded me that and candidate her advocacy, and at the same time the social distance, the protocols, the purpose or the obligations of the government that should be put through in every individual and as well as ours. So
All
I
right.
find it very interesting and helpful for me.
Oh, thank you so much for that. So, thank you so much for playing with us and for gracing this for gracing our page and of course our YouTube channel. Thank you for as well for taking time to to be with us tonight. I know that you are very much busy. I know you have so many things to prepare. However, you still find time for us. So thank you so much for that. So, yes, kapatid, do you have anything?
Yeah,
Do you want to
yeah.
say
Thank you. Yeah,
anything?
thank you very much. Thank you very much,
Mm-hmm.
Maria, for having
Mm-hmm.
with us tonight. I'd like to thank also Francois, my kapatid, my friend, for having me here also. Nakikigulo ako sa interview niyo to make things lighter. And I hope to see you when you come back to Cebu soon. Yeah,
Soon,
Yeah,
for
definitely.
our next journey
hopefully,
together.
absolutely. And
Yeah.
of
Yes.
course, thank you so much talaga kapatid for, for joining me, for joining us rather, for joining
Yeah.
us
There will
tonight.
be a
Yeah.
lot of things that we will be together.
Mm-mm, absolutely. And of course, Maria, this won't really be complete without you as well. Thanking anyone who would like to give a shout out to anyone who will help you prepare all throughout your journey at Miss Philippines Earth. And of course, if you want to promote anything, business, your social media platform, your projects, your advocacy, definitely there's a time for you to do that.
Okay, so guys, from the bottom of my heart, sa inyong tanan, sa inyong lahat, to everyone, maraming salamat po. Thank you, daghang salamat. From the bottom of my heart, everyone, to my team who supports me. Ayan, alam nila yan. Salamat po sa inyong lahat. To our beloved Mayor Jonas Cortez, thank you so much,
Mhm.
Mayor. To our Barangay Kapitan, Kapitan Bubbles, to my family, to my mom who supports me, and to my brothers, and of course to my boyfriend who is there. I don't know if you're watching right now. Thank you so much. And guys, I mentioned earlier, I just started my own page. Please follow and share that page to your friends because I'm not just gonna share my pageant journey on there because this is not last, guys. I'm telling you.
Mhm.
But I will also share about many things about life. It could be an advice, it could be personal objective or
Mm-hmm.
personal view, insights, what's happening in our society, politics, something that we can improve, something that we can learn from. So if you want to know more about, please follow my page in Maria Esperanza Mina. And thank you. Please watch Miss Earth Philippines. That's going to be on Sunday, simultaneously aired with Kapamilya channel and in their Facebook and YouTube channel as well of Miss
Mm-hmm.
Earth. Thank you.
Definitely
Correct.
will do.
Mm-hmm,
Yes.
absolutely. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you for staying with us once again for tonight, and we would like to invite everyone for tomorrow once again at 8 p.m. So we'll be with a Misters of Filipinas candidate. So um, I am very much sure that you will be very excited for that once
Who's
again,
that
guys. So
guy?
oh, you'll get to know tomorrow. So I
Oh,
want you'll get to know tomorrow. So definitely, we'll be as early as we could tomorrow.
yeah.
All right. So guys, thank you so much once again. If you are new to our YouTube channel, please do subscribe and click the bell notification. And also, if you are new to our Facebook page rather, please do follow and like our Facebook page, Pageant Mag Philippines. We are also on Instagram and on TikTok. Oh, we are also even in Twitter. So please do follow us all, guys, on our social media platforms. So thank you so much once again. God bless you all and good night.